And good afternoon, everyone. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, and this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. If you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. We are recording now live till 5, and then we'll post it up on YouTube, so you can come by later and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, and that will take you to our Qso-Vlog page, where we're now running about 850 Qso-Vlog air checks. Also this afternoon, we're running 4 Internet SDR receivers monitoring Rochester, New York, Atlanta, Georgia, Arlington, Virginia, and Milford, Pennsylvania, trying to get a better copy on our 100-watt friends. Now, the audio from these 4 SDR receivers comes up on a 6-position rotary selector. Also on this selector is our local receiver audio. And today, our local receiver is running 2 large 10-foot vertical magnetic loop antennas, one aimed north and south, the other east and west. The north and south mag loop can be rotated. They are selected by a 3-position rotary selector. Position 3 of this selector is a co-phase option that many times is 3 to 4 dB hotter than mag loop 1 or 2 by themselves. We do use a lot of rotary selectors in our shack because mainly there's nothing faster than a rotary switch for comparing multiple signals. Well, those are our working conditions. How about yours? This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network, and now let's check in and see if CHARLEY-K1GZL is on frequency to bring us up to date on the latest 40-meter band propagation. Charlie's QTH is up in northern New Hampshire near the Canadian border. Charlie, got a copy?
Absolutely. Beautiful copy, Jim. In fact, 25/9 direct, and here you are.
And now let's check in and see if CHARLEY-K1GZL is on frequency to bring us up to date on the latest 40-meter band propagation. Charlie's QTH is up in northern New Hampshire near the Canadian border. Charlie, got a copy?
Yeah, I sure do, Jim. Go ahead.
Roger, Charlie. Well, now, what kind of weather are you having up there? I noticed that there was supposedly a large cold front moved in.
Let me tell you, it's overcast now. There was just a couple peaks of sun, but not too much today. It is overcast. It's 31 degrees, and we are expecting a little bit of freezing rain, then rain. Just going to rain, Jim. The storm is an inside runner. It's going to track west of us. On the ground, there's probably 4 to 8 inches of snow, depending where you measure it. However, it's going to be rainy off and on tonight and through tomorrow. Temperatures rising well above freezing. This is not a normal situation up here. And tomorrow night it turns into snow showers, and that could be accumulating enough by Sunday morning that it may have to be plowed out. And then something more serious may hit us on Tuesday if a certain storm develops and passes just east of us, putting us on the cold side. So it could be an interesting get-together, and then bitter cold late next week with high temperatures Fahrenheit, maybe 5 above, 10 above, if we are lucky to get that high. So it's up and down like the proverbial yo-yo. That is the word. But anyway, the propagation sounds very good. I'm not too sure how short the skip is. I'd be interested to see what you're hearing on the closer in repeaters. What you're hearing on the closer in land is pretty well out there. Arlington, PA, KC9VKV, K1GZ, and an L.
Roger, Charlie. Well, I just went around the horn there to the 4 SDRs, and by far and away, my local 2 mag loops in the co-phase position is about, looks to be 6 or 7 dB hotter than any one of those SDRs. So right now, man, everything's coming this way, Roger.
Oh, yeah, 30/9. I think that's about as strong as I've ever seen you in here, especially direct on the magnetic loops. So what is happening the skip is right into your backyard, on probably a one-bounce skip, and shooting off the mountain here with the three-element diamond-shaped wire quad. It seems to put out a fairly low angle, but the main thing is to cut and try with the antennas and try to see what we can do. Of course, you always have to use a reference antenna to see if you have gained anything whatsoever. So it's fun. You never know what you're going to come up with. Sometimes the worst antenna things that you could do turn out to be the best, and vice versa. So it's exciting. It's exciting because the bands have such variable conditions, and I personally will be very, very happy, Jim, very, very happy when the sunspot cycle comes back up again and the higher frequencies are more usable than they are at present. KC9VKV, I won't hold it too long. You may have a lot of stations trying to get reports. K1GZL.
Roger, Charlie. Well, it's hard to say, but I'm assuming that you did lose your icing from that one time, Roger?
Oh, yeah, that's been off a number of days now. That has been off, and that was absolutely horrible. The snow was hanging very, very heavy on the trees. The ice was on the antennas. I couldn't load them worth a darn, especially 2 weeks ago. It was really bad, and however, there's no ice on the antenna yet. However, this evening, we may get it. We may get some ice on the antenna. However, it's going to warm up later tonight above freezing, so that would only be short-lived, and I think we will survive this episode. And then we go back to snow late late Saturday night into Sunday morning. We get a lot of snow squall activity up here on the upslope. We get the upslope snows, and so far this season, as of the 13th, Friday the 13th, we have had 50 inches of snow come down, and that's a little bit below normal for this date, K1GZL.
Roger, Charlie. And also just curious, when you do get icing, do you get much stretching of the elements?
Just a little bit, yes. I've noticed that there is a bit of a stretch. It's not severe for some crazy reason. I use generally number 12 insulated solid wire, but I always leave a little bit of slack, to offset the stretching. But yes, stretching can occur, and I don't want to pull out anything up so tight that next thing you know, everything breaks and I'm off the air.
Hey, Roger. All right, Charlie, let me say threes up that way, sir. Always a pleasure, and stay warm and try to do the anti-rain dance so you don't get icing on that antenna, Roger.
We're going to try. I love snow, but I don't like freezing rain and ice and rime. Rime is one of the worst things up here, and that is fog, heavy fog. That freezes on everything in sight when it's below freezing, and that does pile up ice. And you get up on Mount Washington, you can imagine they can get up to 1 foot of rime build up from frozen clouds because the particles, the very tiny particles of moisture, don't freeze except when they touch something. And they freeze instantaneously on everything they touch. So they have a heck of a problem on Mount Washington with the rime. Okay, Jim, there goes my voice. 73, and thank you so much for picking me up today. And you did hit 30 over 9 in here, and I'm not. You're a bit above my resonant frequency, quite a bit, in fact. 73, KC9VKV. See you next week, hopefully. K1GZ and an L.
Roger, Charlie. 3Z wait, sir. Have a great weekend. Your signal there was at least 15 over maybe 20. When it gets to 15, I'm looking at a VU meter, and I have it calibrated for 0 level for your voice peaks. And so when you stop speaking, I'm looking at the residual noise level. Once it gets below minus 10, it's hard to see exactly what it is, but it really was quiet. So I would say it was probably like 15 over the local noise level. So great signal. And this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. We're running and recording now till 5. So if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. We'll post this recording up on YouTube in the next couple of days. So when you go to YouTube, just do a call letter search for KC9VKV, Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, and that will take you to our Qso-Vlog page. And on that page, you'll be looking for one Qso-Vlog entitled My Group Air Check 12 13 19.